What is up, guys? It's your boy Jeno, and it's October, so I kind of wanted to get into the spooky season vibes. And to start off with the spooky vibes, I wanted to talk about maybe the most popular scary horror anime out there, and it is Tomie. And yeah, there's a lot to talk about for Tomie here, guys. First of all, I did not know it was like very old, from the 90s. I was kind of shocked about that. But yeah, now I have the lights off in my room and only have like a little flashlight, and I'm hoping Tomie doesn't come around and kill me or something. So we're gonna go back in turning the lights on. Alright, so the lights are back on, and first let me just say that when it comes to horror and anime, I feel like this genre is, let's just say, it's the weakest of all genres of anime. And why is that? I would say it is hard to write something that will make someone scared, for sure. I mean, there are some like things here that make your teeth grind. There's Attack on Titan, but I don't consider that scary. There's Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't consider that scary either, but it has some scary elements to it, sure. But yeah, guys, when it comes to like scary anime, I feel like it really lacks this genre, and I kind of wish we have more of scary things now. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on why the anime horror isn't just more like popular. Why don't we have more anime shows of it? So yeah, today we're going to talk about Tomie, and if you guys want the short version of it scary or not, I will say no, I was not scared at all about Tomie. Was there some scary elements to it here? Yes. And there are some things that make you feel uncomfortable, for sure. And I'll say what kind of annoys me, or what kind of sucks about Tomie, is that there are just a bunch of stories of, just small stories within each other. So we don't really get like a full full story of Tomie. We don't get like her origins. We don't get like a real protagonist here. We just get a bunch of like short stories here, and there are some good short stories here, and some like here where they're really short, like too short maybe for me. It is also part of like the Junji Ito collection, and if you guys never heard of that, that's probably like the most popular like scary horror like stories ever, and it's just a bunch of like scary short stories of like different kinds of people or weird like ghosts or whatever they are, like curses, you name it. This manga, or it is also an anime version, so maybe it's probably the scariest thing in the whole anime version. One problem is that Tomie, there's just a bunch of short stories, so we don't really get to learn a lot about her or just other characters, and we don't get her origin story. Now maybe she doesn't have one, but she does have some crazy powers. One that she can make her beauty alone makes people like fall into her easily, and so easy in fact that they go insane, like maybe jealousy, and they just start getting crazy from Tomie, and they just start stabbing her into little pieces. And yeah, just saying that sounds insane. And yeah, that's basically most of how all the stories end, with all the characters that she meets. They eventually just either stab her or they just die, where she can like mind control them too. And she's supposed to be like the most beautiful person ever. She has like a black mole in her eye. She's very crazy. She has some crazy superpowers where she can like regenerate herself. She can like also command any guy who falls in love with her. She can make him jump off a cliff, anything. I don't think nothing is off the tables. And I guess if you ever wonder how to stop Tomie, guys, I think one thing that this show never like even bothers is that I think you can just burn her body, and that'll be the end of Tomie. But none of these characters are smart enough to do that. They all decide to just do the cliche, burn the body, fails. They try to do a lot of crazy things for sure. And yeah, let's talk about just a couple of stories here that they decide to do. Let's talk about the first one that they introduced, and the first one is actually the one that they put in the anime version too. Let's start the story in the beginning where just all these students, they're all mourning from a student who has passed away, and we found out that this student was Tomie. And a day later, Tomie comes back in class, and everyone is shocked that she is alive. And we find out that later, or we learned that what really happened, and that was that all these students. Well, first of all, Tomie was in this very high cliff, and there is some kind of love triangle happening with her and some other guys, and the other guy was getting mad that she was like cheating on him. And lo and behold, she kind of stumbles and she falls to the cliff. Now this was like a maybe very high cliff, like maybe 20 feet on the very high. And yeah, she fails and looked like she was dead. And instead of being like normal people and like call ambulances or call the police, they decided to hide the body because no one really liked Tomie, because she was very stuck up. She is very mean to everybody and no one really likes her. So they decided to the guys went all crazy here. And I don't know if this was Tomie's power or something, but they all decided to just get naked and disassemble the Tomie's body. And what makes this story even crazier is that Tomie was alive, and you know, she was getting chopped off into pieces. So yeah, this was just crazy. And they decided to cut her in 42 pieces because there are 42 witnesses or 42 students. And yeah, it was just crazy. We don't really get an ending there. We just see Tomie being alive, and I guess everyone feels guilty and they all commit suicide. I don't remember the ending, but yeah, we don't really get that much of a good ending here. And yeah, there's other stories here with Tomie being like a very stuck up bitch, where she just like she enters like this hospital where this sick patient was, you know, she was hanging out with the guy she really likes, and Tomie was like with him, and she wanted her to stop talking to him. And yeah, she was just very mean, very rude. And we found out that her powers or whatever, it kind of worked, and this boyfriend kind of went crazy and stabbed Tomie a lot of times, and she dies and he goes to jail. And we found out her blood was the same as the girl who was sick, and she needed like a kidney, so Tomie donated her kidney. Now she was dead, so it was fine. And then whenever she got the kidney, the craziest thing happened is that you know, Tomie can regenerate, and her kidney regenerated like a head in this girl's like stomach. And yeah, that was a crazy view of it. That girl probably scars for, like, you know, this is the same girl who was being stuck up to her. And just imagine when she wakes up and it was Tomie's kidney. And not only that, but her boyfriend was probably gonna go to jail for life. And yeah, there's some other stories here. There's one about the mountains, and they're stuck in the mountains and they see Tomie. And I would say a lot of these have the same kind of ending where they all fall for Tomie, they all go crazy, they all stab her. Oh, and you know, she controls them too. So it's like, how do you stop Tomie? You know, it doesn't really have like a real ending for Tomie. It just seems like she's just unstoppable. So this is why I feel like a full story of Tomie, beginning to end, will be just so satisfying for me at least. So yeah, guys, that's about it for Tomie, and hopefully she doesn't come around me or you or anybody we know, because she'll probably make us fall in love with her and, you know, stab her to like a lot of pieces. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts on Tomie. Did you guys get scared of it? I'm pretty sure not a lot of people would, but you know, everyone's different. So you guys, that's the end of the video, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Peace.